Hello everyone, I'm Siddharthan. In the previous video, we have seen how we can build a multiple disease prediction system using machine learning, and we have also deployed those machine learning models using Streamlit in localhost. And in today's video, we are going to understand how we can deploy these machine learning models as a public machine learning web app. So this will be the agenda for today's video, and let's get started. So once you deploy this models as a public web app, you can share this link so that others can access it and see what it can do. So it will be very helpful for you in order to demonstrate how your machine learning models works in interviews, or to someone else who are interested in your projects. So this is how this is gonna work. Okay, so if you haven't watched the previous video, you must watch it in order to understand what we are exactly doing in this code. Okay, so this is just basically a disease prediction system where we are predicting multiple diseases based on certain factors, and for prediction we are using machine learning models. So that's the idea, and this video is all about how we are going to deploy this in public, and these are all the required files. So first I have this requirements.txt file which contains all the libraries that we need for our deployment. Okay, so we have numpy library, and then we have pickle. So this pickle library is used for saving the trained model and loading it in order to make prediction. And then we have, of course, Streamlit in order to make some simple UI for our web app, and Streamlit option menu. So this is just for creating the navigation sidebar for our web app. And finally scikit-learn, which is used for for building our models and things like that. And here I have also mentioned the versions of the library that I need. Okay, so this is the first file that we have. And then we have three models files. So I have saved the models as .sav files, and we have this diabetes model and art disease model, and finally Parkinson's model. So these are all the three diseases for which we are going to make our prediction. And this MDPS, multiple disease prediction system public, is what contains our Streamlit and Python code in order to deploy this model in a simple UI. So you can see, so this is a Python code, and this is what we have done in our previous video. So I have explained you like what we are doing in this entire part of the code and so on. So if you don't understand this, please watch the previous video. I'll also give the link for that video in this video description. You can check that out. So the only difference that I made in that code and this code is, so here I have mentioned the path of this model file because it was in different directory. Now you should remove this path. So how this will be, like I have mentioned this local disk C folder name and so on. So here I have removed all those things. I have just mentioned this diabetes model.sav. So this is nothing but the model that we have saved. So this is this diabetes model, and then art disease model and so on, and we have all these things there. So we are putting this code, so this Python code and all these models in the same directory. So you don't need to specify the path of these saved files. So you just need to mention the name of the model files that we have. So this is our first model, a diabetes model, and then the art disease model, and finally Parkinson's model. So these are all the code for building our UI. So this is for creating the sidebar, the navigation bar, and this is for getting the input from the user in order to make the prediction for diabetes and so on. And then we have this for art disease, and similarly for Parkinson's as well. So these are the three parts of the code that we have. Okay, so the main thing that you need for this deployment is this Python file which contain all the Streamlit codes, and the three model files, and the requirement.txt basically contains the libraries that we need for this deployment. So that is all. So I'll put all these files in a Google Drive folder, and I'll share you the link. So this will be also posted in GitHub, and so I'll also give the link for that particular GitHub repository. Okay, so I'll close this one. So the only difference between the previous code and this code, as I've told you, is only that you have to remove the path here. Okay, so that's the thing. So I'll close this now. And now the next thing that you need is you have to create an account in GitHub. Okay, so just a second. So two things that we need here are, so you need an account in GitHub, and you need to create an account in Streamlit Cloud. So just go to Google and search Streamlit Cloud, and before creating an account in Streamlit Cloud, create an account in GitHub. So if you don't have an account already, please create one. And once you create this, you can create an account in Streamlit Cloud mentioning your GitHub account. Okay, so these two should be linked in order to kind of deploy this model in public. Okay, so this is very, very important. So this Streamlit Cloud account should be linked with your GitHub account. So then only you can access the files from this GitHub repository. So what we are going to do here is, so we have these files, right? So we have three model files, one Python file, and a requirement file. So we will upload all these files in a GitHub repository, and we will mention the specifications of this GitHub repository in Streamlit Cloud. So from this repository, the Streamlit Cloud will access all this file and deploy our app in public. So this is how it's gonna work. So once you have created your GitHub account, you can see this new option. So this is for creating new repositories. Okay, so I'll click this new, and then you have to mention the name for your repository. So I'll give a name here as public ML web app. Okay, so public ML web app. So this is basically a multiple disease prediction system. Okay, so you can also give different names as well. So I'm not going to give description and all those things. So if you want, you can give that as well. So, and the other thing is, so this should be a public version, because then only you can easily access in Streamlit cloud. Otherwise it becomes a bit tougher. So I'm creating this repository as public, so can anyone else can see this file. So that's the idea. And I will also share the link for this repository as well, so you can get the files from this repository. So I'm not going to add a readme file. So if you want, you can do it. So I'll create this repository now. So once this repository has been created, you have to upload the files that you have. So here you can create a new file or you can upload it. So I'm going to upload an existing file here. So choose your files. So I'm going to my desktop, and in this desktop I have this ML web app folder which contain all these files. So you need, as I have told you earlier, so you need this model files, so three SAV files, and you have this public. So MDPS stands for multiple disease prediction system public app, and requirement.txt. So we know what is the use of this requirement.txt, and I'll upload all these things. Okay, so once all these files are uploaded, we have to commit the changes that we have done. Okay, so that is the next step. So all these five files are uploaded to the repository that we have created, which is public ML web app. Okay, so I'm going to commit the changes. So this will basically upload all the files. So if you want, you can create a readme mentioning what does this particular repository contains, and what does this web app does, and so on. So I'll create a readme later so that you can understand what it does. Okay, now so this repository has been saved, so I can go to my profile. So this will create a repository. So I have like two repositories here. So this is the trial version that I have created, and here we have this public ML web app. So I'll go here and I can see all the files here. Okay, now as I've told you, go to Streamlit, create an account. Okay, so if probably you might not have an account here, so you can sign up here. So you can just use the free version as well, so no need to go for priced one for this simple deployment. Okay, so for price, of course, you have some other additional features, but for now we can use the free version as well. So I've created my repository, uploaded all the files, and now I have to sign up my account. So I've already created an account, and after that you have to link it. So that process is pretty easier. So once you want to sign up, you will get an option like sign up with GitHub and so on. So you can do something like that. So after that, so this is how once you have signed up, your UI will look like, and this is where we have to create our app. So I'm going to give new app. Okay, so this is my repository, and so this will automatically go to this page. So once you have created your Streamlit account, once you click this new app, so this will automatically mention the repository. So if not, you can just paste the GitHub URL. So what is the repository URL? So you can just paste it here. So if you have linked your account, it will automatically create. And in this repository, I have to mention like this is public underscore ML underscore web app, right? So I have to mention it here. So so this is public ML web app, and main. So you just have to see the branch. So here the branch is main. So I have not created any other different branches and so on. So it is the main repository that we have. So public ML web app main, and main file path. So it is the name of the Python file that we have. So in this case, the Python file that we have is mdps underscore public, right? So here it will also show it. Okay, so mdps public. So you have just have to mention the repository in which you are working on, so the main branch and public. So the main thing is your GitHub account should be linked to this. Okay, so if you have created your Streamlit cloud account with Google account, you can also later link it with your GitHub, but this linking is very must. Okay, so this is a mandatory process, and once we have done all these things, we just have to click deploy. And the main thing to note here is it should contain this requirement.txt. So only then Streamlit can access this requirement.txt file and see what are all the libraries that we need for our processing. So this requirement.txt is nothing, as I've told you. So you can just mention the name of the library. So if you want a specific version of the library, you can see this here. Okay, so if you want to understand what is the version of the library that you are having in your Python, in your Anaconda Navigator setup, let's show you how you can do that. So you can just go to Anaconda Navigator. So So it is opening, so we just have to give it a moment. So from there we can run the command pip list in order to see what are all the libraries that are installed and what is the version of each individual libraries. So I'll show you how we can do that. So that is how I kind of came up with this version number. So that is like an important step. So yeah, so here the environment that I'm working on is machine learning. So I've created a different environment. So if you haven't created a different environment, so it will be base root only. So I'll go to this machine learning. Okay, and then I'll go to this environments tab, and here you will see this play option. So from this, this will basically open your Anaconda command terminal. So I'll open this terminal for this environment, and this is where we will, try to deploy our Streamlit apps in localhost. So we will type Streamlit run and path of the Python file. So this is the terminal that we have, and in this, if you just put the command pip list. Okay, so this will give you all the libraries that are installed. Okay, so you can see the versions and the corresponding libraries as well. So you can see the libraries that you have already pre-installed. So the thing is, I'm assuming that you have already deployed this model in your local host. So as I've told you, it is explained in the previous video. So once you have done that, you can see what is the version that you have used for sklearn, pickle, and so on. So if not, you can just use the same requirement.txt file as I'm providing you. So that is not like a mandatory thing, but I'm just showing you how you can access it. Okay, so that's the thing. So you just have to open the terminal and put the command pip list. Okay, so it will tell you the versions of the library. So this requirement.txt file basically tells the Streamlit cloud that, like, these are all the libraries that I need for working of this app, and all you need to give is deploy. So this process is that simple. Okay, so this will take some time in order to install the required libraries, run the code, and then bring the UI and so on. So your app is in the oven, so it is in the preparation stage. Okay, so this will take probably a couple of minutes or even soon in order to run our app. Okay, so you can see the logs here. So what are all the things that are being processed here? So this is where our libraries will be installed, and our Python file will be executed and so on. Okay, so let's wait for this to happen, and I'll show you how our final app looks like. So once this Streamlit web app has been deployed, you can share this particular URL, and here also you will get the URL. So you can kind of share that URL with your friends, or whoever you wanted to share it with. So it's not like it will run in your system alone. So you can share it across. So the best thing I can so it seems like our app is successfully deployed. So let me just close this one. Yeah, so this is what we have built. So we have a sidebar, and here we can we have like multiple disease prediction system. First is the diabetes prediction. So this is what we have done in the previous video. So I have shown you how you can create this navigation sidebar, how you can create this input data fields, and so on. Then the second thing we have is the art disease prediction, and then the Parkinson's prediction, and so on. Okay, so the models are trained already. So you can see the diabetes model, art disease, Parkinson. So everything are already trained. So you can just download it and put it in your own repository, link your account to your Streamlit, and you can work on it. So it is like that simple. So I'll show you how you can kind of use this one. So I'll open this diabetes data set. So I have this diabetes.csv. So on this data set only, we have trained our machine learning web app. So I just wanted to check only one instance. So let's check for this one. So this is the first data point. Here the last value is outcome. So one means the person is diabetic, and zero means the person is not diabetic. Okay, so let's put all these values in our web app and see whether how this result we are getting. Okay, so the values are 6, 148, 72 for the first three things. Okay, so pregnancies, number of pregnancies, the value is given as 6, and the next value is 148, right? So 148 is glucose level. So you can see this here, glucose blood pressure. So it is also given here. So 148, 72. So 148, 72, and 35, 0, 35, 0, 33.6 is BMI 33.6, and then we have two things: diabetes pedigree function, which is 0.627, 0.627, and finally we have age of the person as 50. Okay, so the output is 1. That means our model should say that this person is diabetic. Okay, so 1. So once I click this, I will get the result. So the person is diabetic, so this is the result. So what happens is, so all these values will be passed to our diabetes model.sav, the model which we have built, and it will give us the prediction as 1. So when it is 1, we have to say that the person is diabetic, and if it is 0, we have to say the person is not diabetic. So you can also see this in the Python file that we have uploaded. So this is for this diabetes one. So we have created this diabetes prediction. So this is the title of the page which you can see here. So diabetes prediction using ML. So that's what we have done using this ST, which stands for Streamlit. So we have imported Streamlit as ST, and title, which it tells that column means I want like these input fields in 3 columns. So that's what we have this, that's why we have that here. And once we have given all these values, so this will be passed on to this diabetes model dot predict. So we give all these features: pregnancies, glucose, blood pressure level, and so on. So if the value, if so this will be basically in a list, and in this list, if the value is 1, we have to say the person is diabetic. If the label is 0, we have to else. So that's why we have this else condition is 0, we have to say the person is not diabetic. And this is how it works for our disease prediction and Parkinson's prediction as well. So you can see this our disease prediction, this as well. So it basically has different features, and Parkinson's prediction again it has different features and so on. So after giving all these values, we have to click this Parkinson's test result, and it will give you the diagnosis. So this is how this works. And you can kind of like share this UI across, and it will work. Okay, so this is how you can create a multiple web app. So that person need not do anything, so they can just go to this this particular URL, and they can just put in some values in order to understand whether that person will have diabetes, or whether that person will have disease, and so on. So they just need to put in some values for that, put in some values in these fields in order to understand what is the test result is. So this is how this public web app works. You can also like do some more things as well. So so I can go to the settings. I can also like like few things. Okay, so okay, yeah, yeah. So here you can go to the settings in order to change the theme. So if you want a dark mode, you can use it. So your app looks like this in dark mode. So you can do that if you want, and you can go here, and you can see the wide mode. So wide mode will kind of look like this. So these are some basic things that we can do. And yeah, so this is how you can deploy your public web app using Streamlit in Python. Okay, so I hope everyone understood this. So the main reason that I've told you is it will be very helpful for you in order to demonstrate your machine learning project. So instead of just putting in some data set, training your model, and doing some predictions, if you do this, it will look like a complete project. So if you are going to some interviews, so the best thing would be to deploy this model in Streamlit or some other means, and providing this URL, so that the interviewer can see this firsthand on how your app looks like, and what are all the different features that you have, and so on. So I hope you understood all the things that is covered in this video. I'll share the link for this GitHub repository, and I'll also share the link for all these files. So this Python file, and the model files requirement.txt, and so on. Okay, so you can access it, you can put it in your repository, and you can try to deploy this. Okay, so that's it from my side, and I'll see you in the next upload. Thanks for watching.